Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Yes, sir. We back with another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast with your host, of course, Ben Reynolds. Got Taylor Gatwood, Tyler Wright. What's up, man? What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Just had a long day of work. Came home. Started, getting ready for the show. It's kind of hard to write a script and everything while you're at work when you have people bothering you.
Are they bothering you? Got bad customer service, huh?
Man, can't get both.
Man, he don't be doing nothing, man.
Man, it's a dang lie, man. I be helping my customers. They always come to me. And Tyler, I don't know what you be doing. You be gagging around.
Hey,
you always be laying on your route.
Every time I come in the club, they be chilling, bro.
And no security. Yeah.
Hey, you can't be, look, yo, I ran up on him today. And you see me come.
Yeah, you kind of talking to Davey. You hardly here caught me slipping like that. But like I said, I know somebody ain't trying to rob me, because they be real dumb to try to rob me. That'd be one mistake they just made. But let's dive into this. Apparently, 2 more women came out, so it's up to 16 now. But Jane Doe, number 15, she gave a real detailed description of what happened to her following the incident with Watson. According to Yahoo Sports, Dan Wetzel, he wrote this article about Jane Doe number 15. Apparently, Watson sent her a message, of course, through social media on Instagram, seeking a massage from her, but she told him that she's not a massage therapist. She's a personal trainer. But anyway, Watson still scheduled something with her to come to his house on May the 28th, according to the lawsuit. She arrived, and Watson led her to the theater room, where she sat up before Watson and he just returned wearing just a towel. Doe 15 alleged in her lawsuit that when Watson eventually flipped over onto his back, his towel fell off, and Watson was completely naked and exposed his genitals to the plaintiff. Watson also moved his genitals into the plaintiff's hand. Watson had pre-ejaculated leaking out of his genitals, which got into the plaintiff's hand. The plaintiff felt like she wanted to vomit. Doe 15 said she was confused and upset and chose to end the massage session. She stated she left soon after. They cornered her. They said that she called her mother and what's it say? I can't read the other one, but it said she called her mother and to other people to let them know what happened. So, like I said,
that sounds ridiculous.
You said it sounds ridiculous.
Dude, he did not.
What?
He did not do that, bro.
Bro, that's some sick stuff, bro. That's not.
It was very detailed. I was kind of I was kind of amazed that they went into great detail on what actually happened. Man,
Well, you know what kind of sick individual you have to be, bro?
you have to be pretty dang on sick to
Right.
really messed up in the head. No value for women whatsoever to especially assault these women like this. And I forgot to read this according to the article that Watson he sent her a message because she never responded to his text messages. He said he asked her was she okay, and he asked her could he schedule again for another appointment, but she never sent him a message back, and she refused to engage with him.
That's bogus.
So how many of these stories is with masseuse therapists? About what, 4 or 5?
Yeah. And I read that somewhere that his lawyer has substantial evidence that one of the accusations is false. So I think they're going to use that and say that the rest of them are false, for lack of a better word.
It's just getting weird now. That it's a pattern of women in the same profession are close to it, and all end up with him DM them, being a DM, sending a message about hooking up, about a massage. And I read this one guy comment. He says wife is in his field. She says it's very common for a client to ask for more exclusive, you know, deals.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
I'll try to find a right word for it. Sometimes more than average, type of massage. And
how you gonna force your genitals into somebody's hand?
well, they say you rolled over.
Bro, y'all gotta relax, bro.
It's very unpleasant, and it kind of made me like just think about this whole scenario. Like, what in the world what is going on? Like, why is so many women in the same profession coming out against Watson? Like, what is the smear campaign against Watson? What is that all about? Like, I'm trying to find a motive because right now, of course, he got a lot of money, but something's not adding up here, man. Because we have seen celebrities sexual assault a ton of women, so this is not like out of pocket. This has been going on with different celebrities for ever since Hollywood. We'll just put it like that. Ever since entertainment.
Yeah, the more I think about it, what would the Texans gain out of it? Because I think a lot of people think that the Texans are the ones who's doing this smear campaign. And I don't know
trade value. Because he lose trade value.
But that still wouldn't make any sense. Cause if he found guilty, then he gonna be out of the NFL. He might be out of the NFL for his entire career, and he might miss the whole season. So then again, they're gonna be out of quarterback again. So I don't see.
Then it's like that. Even if he, let's say, all this is just, and he somehow ends up staying in Houston and playing for the Texans, like they're associated with that now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I don't see the Texans. There's no way. I think that's crazy thinking a thing. NFL team will try to set up all these women to bring down Washington. And they need a quarterback, so it doesn't make any sense for them to tear him down, then try end his career because he want to get traded. Oh, something's at foot, and I haven't just dug into this whole thing, but from reading these lawsuits, man, something ain't right. I don't know I still think that some of these women probably was paid up front. To be honest, like I wouldn't say Washington sexual assault these women, cause it could be a good, a good percentage of him doing that. But it just seemed like all these stories sound almost the same. Y'all, what how it almost like a sequel to another movie. Like it always start off him in a room or he's scheduled in a room to be massaged and come in butt naked and all that type of stuff, or with just a little bit of towel on.
Yeah. And like that's a whole different world, bro. We know nothing about like that masseuse.
I don't know nothing about that. I never had a massage before, only from my wife, so I don't know. I don't know anything about the massage part, so I don't know the etiquette or what you put to have on. I don't know none of that stuff, so I can't speculate. Like, I have seen videos where like people really do become that thing butt naked with just a towel on.
Yeah, and then there, much as I hate to say, there are like those massage parlors where like you get the massage and it's like some extra, if you know what I mean.
Like Robert Kraft.
Exactly. Perfect example. So like it's just hard to gauge.
What does it? Oh, go ahead, Gatwood.
I'm just saying, like, it's just hard for us to really say anything else, like, because you can't take Deshaun's side and you can't really take anybody's side until you really know what's true, and like, we don't know what's true yet, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We just can't read these lawsuits. And one thing is really picking at me though is like, why haven't like none of them gone to the police? Like, why haven't the police been brought involved? Like, people, if this is going on, like people like this should not be, walking around, walking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's what irks me. Like if dudes out here really doing this, then they need to be in jail. They need to they break paper bond, then they need to be arrested. They need to be investigated. Like that's not making sense. Y'all just filing civil suits. No, if a dude's really doing this to people, then he need to be in jail.
It's just hard. I don't want to speculate because we here at BOF support women.
Yeah, of course. I'm married. I have a wife. Yeah, throw that out there.
But yeah, so we just don't want to. You don't just want to completely take a side.
Yeah, we just want no.
Hey,
the
fair
truth.
to everyone involved.
Yeah. All of us have mothers, so we know how serious this is. We joke and laugh about it, but we know, man, we don't play around like that. We know that this is a serious issue, and that if Watson's in the wrong, you need to get the maximum sentence. If the women's in the wrong, or whoever put the women up to it, whoever in the cahoots together, they need to go down and get double. Because there's real victims out here that, again, sexually assaulted men and women, and it need to be dealt with.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Factual.
All right, so, man, I don't know. I thought it was the end of this Washington thing. I was like, okay, I don't have to hear no more about this. I'm just wait till the evidence come out Another question, do you think the NFL should get involved right now? They say they're going to launch an investigation, but you think they should just wait, or you think they should do their own private eye investigating right now?
I don't know how their investigative process works. So I don't know what more they could do than what's already being done.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't. Because at the very end of the day, it's those women's word against Deshaun's word. So I don't know.
Now, if breaking news happened, like Watson had been suspended until and indefinitely, then I'll be alarmed. Like red flags going on. Like well, they must have seen something. If y'all saw that, will y'all think the same thing?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if y'all think
kinda
NFL, oh, go ahead.
I'm saying it's kind of like the AB situation. Remember, like, didn't they like suspend him before like it was officially proven?
Well, it was a lot of things that added up to that year for AB.
Yeah.
And look, they still didn't. I still don't know if they're, said it was true or not by him, doing that to a girl because he playing football, or is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's the truth. I don't know if they figured that out. It's amazing how that went away. Like I ain't hear nothing about that.
Mm-mm.
Man, it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that has went away before it did. But that's a whole different conversation.
That is. So I'm scratching my head. So do y'all think if the NFL? Go ahead.
But it wasn't surprising because I don't. Like I said, he's associated with the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think they would want to be associated with that. And like, there's gonna come a point where people are gonna be putting pressure on the NFL to do something.
Yeah.
And I think that would be the action they would take.
Yeah, like the Me Too movement or something like that. They're probably protesting right now. So, if the NFL do come out and suspend them, do they make him guilty, or you still in the air? You still thinking like, we'll wait?
It's still in the air for me.
Yeah. Still in there.
Yeah, okay. NFL will punish you without no evidence whatsoever. Bounty gate, but whatever. All right, let's move on to famous Jameis Winston.
Sir.
He had an interview yesterday, and they asked him about his life. They asked him about the Saints organization and Drew Brees, and he was talking about how his trainer was talking about if you be a better father, it's gonna make you a better football player. And he said this whole COVID situation helped him get closer to his wife, his family. He said his wife is his high school sweetheart, and he become more of a father. And he was talking about how Drew Brees and Sean Payton's relationship was wonderful, and how he wanted that. He admired all that from afar, and he was just basically just gushing about the Saints organization and about his family. So I just want to read this comment, what he said about Brees. He said, Brees is someone I admired my entire life, recounting watching Brees win the Super Bowl when Winston was in high school. He says that serving as Brees' backup was an educational experience last year. He said, I love you. It was a privilege to get to learn from you last year. Really just see what I admired from afar. It was real, Winston said of Brees. I'm thankful that you showed me how to be an NFL quarterback. Man, that was a privilege.
I think James is growing up. It just seems like he's better than he was earlier in his career. It seems like he's like finally growing up.
Mm-hmm. I bet it's hard to grow up when you're so young. You become a millionaire just like that overnight, and you still got immature qualities. You're not really a man yet. You're still finding your way as a person. And and that what he said about Breeze and Saints organization about him and father, I was like, dang, Winston, you winning me over, man.
No, not being.
I was like, man, he hit me in the fields, man. When he started talking about his family and everything, he hit me in the fields. I was like, dang. I guess I'll give you a chance. But don't screw this up.
Of crap. Yeah.
What you about to say,
workout?
Yeah, I think it's refreshing seeing him grow up. He went from stealing crab legs to eating W's.
Mm-hmm. Grabbing his crotch in the FSU cafeteria, screaming explicitives.
Yeah, how long was he at FSU?
what 2 years, something like that.
2 or 3, yeah. I think it was 3.
It's just like you said. It's good. It's refreshing seeing him mature.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I want to say that all of us, Gatwood, you still in college, Tyler, you still in college. You know, uh, I forgot y'all guys still young, so I can't really use y'all. But when I was young, I still did foolish things, and looking now at myself, I'm a way different person than I was in college. Way different, like night and day different. So that what happen when you grow up. You
And
just
have
leave.
kids.
Yeah, have kids. You live child things behind because the kids you have, they rely on you. They can't take care of themselves. They need you. So they put your priorities in the right place. And Tyler still do crazy stuff. I don't know when he gonna grow up, but we'll figure it out.
Come on.
He learned one day.
Y'all got him throwing over or under 15 interceptions.
Can I break even?
Yeah, I take that.
I break even at 15.
I give him 12. No, I give him 12.
I'm going under 2. I don't think Sean Payton will let it get to that point.
15 is not really a lot if you think about it.
It sounds like a lot.
It really not because Drew.
That's an interception a game, almost.
Yeah, it is.
But if he has 35 touchdown passes and he has 15 interceptions, I think you'll take that.
Yeah, I take that.
Oh, for sure.
Or even 40 touchdown passes and 15. Yeah, I still take that. NFC North. The draft is like nearly a month away. Y'all want to do something? Y'all want to do something for the first round?
Sure.
What's up?
Man, y'all can come over my house, man. I can order some pizza, whatever. We can chill.
Okay.
All right, man. I kind of, the first round just one day. Then who cares about the other rounds, right?
Then you like pineapple on your pizza?
Who does that?
I do.
Just check, bro.
Man.
Whoa.
Y'all some weirdos.
Come on, bro.
I like pineapple on pizza, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
You want to know? You one of those people.
Yeah, he wanted that.
You one of those people. Oh man! All right, NFC North needs. We'll start off with the Packers. They had a pretty solid year, even though their schedule was pretty easy per se, but they did make it to the NFC Championship. What would you do if you was the Green Bay Packers and you needed to bolster up your team, your already Super Bowl ready team?
Receiver.
Yeah.
Really?
Why would you
go? I'm just curious. Why would you go receiver when Aaron Rodgers was still throwing 30-something touchdowns a game?
Rodgers has been asking for another weapon, though.
How did they lose? Go ahead.
They could go corner, too.
I'm thinking corner.
I might go corner before receiver.
Yeah, let me tell you why. As a Saints fan, we were losing games, not because of Drew Brees. We had Willie Snead and what's another one? What's that guy's name? Brandon Coleman. Like, we were winning games with those guys. But when it came to crunch time, how we lose, Tyler?
Defense every time, bro.
Couldn't stop nobody. Secondary giving up big plays. So for me, I feel like Green Bay, they scored enough points. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not against Tampa Bay, though.
Yeah, that was just one time.
For receiver, bro, this is why I say receiver. Because in the last draft, or one of those drafts, They drafted Jordan Love last draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you draft his backup when all he been asking for was a receiver, and then in last draft, look at the receivers that were in the last draft.
All right.
Who was in that draft? Justin Jefferson,
Mm-hmm.
Henry Ruggs,
Henry Ruggs,
Chase
the dude
Claypool.
from Clemson.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool.
Well, we didn't know
Yeah.
Chase Claypool was gonna be like that.
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins.
Yeah. So you draft a quarterback. He's been asking for a receiver for the longest.
C.D. Lamb.
Brandon Ayuk.
Exactly.
But
I feel like that's the reason they would get him a receiver. They kind of slapped him in the face last draft.
That's the thing. Like, even with the second-round pick, he was wanting a receiver, and they took a running back.
well,
They didn't need a running back. Yeah, I know.
But I say you don't go receiver because they're not lacking. They second in yards per game.
They might take it. They might take a receiver second round because they said it's a really deep wide receiver class again.
Yeah. And like I said, they second in yards per game. And they're in the top 10 in yards, in passing yards. They ninth. Now, their defense, they gave up 64% completion rate. Their pass rush wasn't really all that top notch. They only had, in my opinion, they only really had one pass rusher. And like I said, if they would have had a corner, not Desmond King, Kevin King, then they would have been in the Super Bowl. Now they can put up points. We see that with the stats. But hello, you gotta play defense too. Defense is gonna get you. Look at the Buccaneers. Tom Brady was throwing some interceptions in the playoff games, but the defense came up and played, especially against Kansas City versus that O line.
I don't feel like they rely on Aaron Rodgers' arm too much.
And they have Aaron Jones, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like he makes some crazy throws, bro. And maybe I'm stretching, like I'm over exaggerating.
He does.
They do rely on him a little bit too much.
Well, I don't think they do.
He's not getting any younger.
I don't think they do. I think they have a pretty good balance. They 8th in rushing.
But it's usually him making the throw. Like, they don't even hardly ever do screens or anything. It's really him doing all the work, like the deep throws and. You know what I'm saying?
Aaron Jones.
I'm not saying he's good, but
he's great.
I'm saying why would you take a running back in the second round when you have Aaron Jones and then Jamal Williams?
Or maybe they didn't like no other receiver in the later rounds. I can't answer that. But receiver, I think people get too. I think people get focused on a new shiny toy. Alex Lazard, he's still reasonable. MVS, he's still reasonable. Still got a top 3 receiver. So why do we need another receiver if you already have a top 3 receiver and you got 2 quality receivers already?
I'm agreeing with you. I think that cornerback is their bigger need, but Rodgers has been like basically begging for him to do it.
I think quarterbacks do way more with less. So Aaron Rodgers needs to suck it up. He always been a crybaby though. I never liked Aaron Rodgers like that. He always been a prima donna. He got someone from far.
What do you mean you've seen somebody do way more with way less? He won an MVP last year.
What are you talking about? But Aaron Rodgers didn't have way less though. I've seen people do way more with way less. Aaron Rodgers had top 10 passing and top 10 rushing.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Packers, they need to focus on their defense, bolstering up because Tampa Bay bringing all that guys back. New Orleans still is a powerhouse, still powerhouse. Look at the Rams getting Stafford. Y'all gonna have to stop somebody.
Yeah,
At this point, y'all gonna have to load up on that defense side.
That's a great point.
Yeah, so I see the NFC is very strong. And even though the Lions and the Vikings and Bears, they all struggling right now with their offense. And that's why that's why I say they don't really need to bolster their offense, because they're gonna win the division next year regardless. That's why they need to bolster their defense. So when they play against the really good teams with great offenses, they can at least stagger them a little bit. All right, let's move on to the Bears. What do the Bears need?
Bears. Quarterback.
I already know what they need. I already got
Quarterback.
it in my mind. All right, look. When I said it, I was like, quarterback.
Bro, they Twitter posted, because they got Andy Dalton now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they Twitter posted Andy Dalton talking about some quarterback one. I busted out laughing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Our UPS driver is a Bears fan. I asked him, I said, "Yo, how y'all sign anybody?" He said, "Yeah, we sign these often." I was like, "Y'all haven't signed anybody?" He was like, "Yeah, I know, right?" I said, "Dude, I would probably took Fitzpatrick." And he was like, "Yeah, at this point, man, I just want Wilson." I'm like, "Bro, let it go." Let it go, man. You ain't getting Wilson. And man, if I'm the Bears, I don't know how mad the owner would be, but the Bears got to trade up again. They trade up for Mitch Trubisky. They got to trade up again. I'm sorry. If they got to get at least Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Yeah, them guys gonna be gone. They got to at least trade up to get Justin Fields or Trey Lance.
Yeah, they got to draft a quarterback early.
They have to. If they're willing to give up 3 first-rounders and a second and 2 players, then they gotta be willing to give up 2 first-rounders to move up or something into the top 10.
Andy Dalton ain't the answer.
Man, I don't know what they doing. Yeah, the Bears are picking in 20th or something, and that is not helping them.
They are.
Anybody have the draft order?
No.
I can look it up real quick.
The Bears in a bad spot, man.
They're gonna have to trade a little. I want to say he's picking 26.
They are picking
20th. Yeah, 20th.
20th. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna get in the top 10, but they need to.
Wait, so does Houston have the 3rd pick or Miami?
Miami. From us.
Got Houston traded.
That's for That was the Tunsil trade.
Yeah, I know. I told you guys would.
Yeah, we don't have our 1st or 2nd round pick. And the 2nd round pick's 36 overall. Dolphins have that too. Yeah, dude, we're a train wreck.
Y'all could be the Bears, bro.
And now our quarterback's sexually assaulting women, so.
In his free time.
So, yeah, that's my life.
Season.
Rockets are on they were on a 20-game lose streak. You see, man, sports ain't been good to me lately.
Mm-mm. Maybe you the cause of all this, guy Wood. Maybe you just need to stop rooting for teams.
I guess I just need to be
neutral. You gotta be neutral, man.
Just worry about my fantasy football team.
Yeah, just worry about that. Worry about making money. So quarterback. If I'm Bears, I'm trying to get Trey Lance. I feel like he's the one they're gonna fall in the draft. Which one y'all see falling?
Which quarterback?
Yeah, which quarterback?
Probably Fields.
Really? Y'all see Fields over Trey Lance? Man, what y'all beef with Fields?
Nothing. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying I feel like he might fall.
Nah, I feel like I disrespect him all the time. Like
No,
every
I
time I
think he's
bring up
pretty
Fields,
good.
now I compare him to somebody like, nah, he's not that. He's not.
Because you can't compare him to Deshaun.
He's have the same qualities as Deshaun, minus the women, but he has the same qualities.
Oh
Come
my
on, bro.
God. He could be worse for all we know. Apparently we don't. Apparently I don't know my favorite athletes anymore.
Yeah, apparently you don't. You act like you know him because you follow him on Instagram.
Dude, man, if you told me that if it had been anybody in the NFL, Deshaun would have been the last person I would have thought.
Yeah, it's true. I'll say no way, not Deshaun. But apparently,
I say he falls because I think the league is kind of weary on drafting Ohio State quarterbacks because they never really pan out.
Yeah,
I mean,
Haskins.
you stay in the pocket and throw that thing now.
So does Haskins.
But Haskins don't have the work ethic as Fields. So Fields don't look like he played with a chip on his shoulder, do y'all?
Yeah, I think he could be good. I think I would compare him more of a Jalen Hurts. That's who I would have compared him to.
No, Jalen. No.
I don't know. He's a much better thrower.
Yeah, than Jalen. Nuh-uh. That's what I'm saying. I see more a Watson, man. Like not another Watson, but he got the measurables to get there. Now he played with a chip on his shoulder. He's gonna work. He gonna outwork you for sure.
It's just so hard. Like Tyler said last podcast, like it's so hard to tell with quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I did get Jalen Hurts right. So I don't know. I might be on the phone. I might be a quarterback guru. I don't know. I might find my profession. I called it.
How many games that would?
How
many games did Jalen Hurts play?
I don't know, like 5.
Come on, man, that's 5 games, bro.
Hey, he got the starting job, didn't he? That's all I'm saying. Everybody sleeping on it. I said, watch Jalen Hurts. Watch him. And sure enough, I was right. See, guys, I know talent because I have talent.
Oh my God.
So I'm good at looking at people and judging. Like, yeah, I see measurables in him. I see heart, see dedication, see discipline. So, I'm calling it right now, Justin Fields. I'm still sticking with him.
He's gonna be the best quarterback in that draft.
Nah, I'm really high on Zach Wilson.
Hey, to give Ben some credit, I'm reading something that says some have compared Fields to Watson, and his greediness to hang in the pocket and stick to his first read too long. So he getting the Deshaun, like he getting the same criticism that Deshaun got.
That's what I'm saying. Like to my dismay, I never read any of those articles. They're just me watching the game, and that's what I'm saying. Dang, he got the greediness of Watson. Like he's a competitor, and he can throw. He can make some incredible throws in the pocket. He's hanging that mother too. So
I like him.
I like him too, but I don't know. I like Zach Wilson more because he reminds me of Andrew Luck. Like the way he can run out the pocket and make throws on the run. And he can just flick his wrist and the ball is just leaving his hand with a lot of speed and velocity.
Another writer said that he's good enough to have been the first quarterback off the board in almost every draft class over the past decade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rolling with that.
No, I'm not taking him first. I'm taking Zach Wilson first. If Jaguars, if they were smart, they'd take Zach Wilson. Don't buy into the Trevor Lawrence hype. Do not.
Bro, Trevor Lawrence is gonna be good.
He's the safest pick.
He remind me of Cam. Not like I'm about to like. Let me explain this. He remind me of Cam when he started losing.
I don't know about all that.
He doesn't. He don't persevere through the tough situations. Trevor Lawrence. I don't
it's
see
hard
it. I
to
don't.
say
I don't.
because they've always been one. Like,
But some of the games, they wasn't that. They lost some games this year, this past season. I think they lost 3 or something like that. But the games he was losing, he just was out of it. Like you can tell his demeanor on the field.
Yeah, or the only game he lost was the championship game. The Clemson's other, or not, not the championship game, but the loss against Ohio State. That was his only loss. Clemson had 2 losses last year, and the other
Oh
game
yeah,
was against
Clemson.
Notre Dame when he was
Yeah,
out. He was out against
yeah.
Notre Dame.
So that the other loss, it was the Ohio State loss, and what was the other loss?
It was to Notre Dame when he was out with COVID.
What was the other one before that? What was the last year one?
he lost 2.
God,
Didn't they lose to Bama one year?
yeah, they lost another one. They lost more than.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I'm talking about last year. They lost to LSU in the championship game last year,
LSU. That's who it was.
and then he beat Bama the year before in the championship.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Cause we still gotta get the NBA. All right, Vikings. What do they need?
Everything.
I say they need to fix up their guards. They need guards or O-line. They need to focus on O-line. They were 20th in sacks per game and 28 in giving up sacks. No, they were 28 in sacks. Their D-line wasn't giving any pressure to a quarterback. So they need to focus on the trenches. Y'all agree?
Yeah, I agree.
They need to work on the trenches. They need some guards, maybe a tackle, and they need some DNs. And I would also say I think they need a corner also. And a tight end because they just lost Kyle Rudolph.
Well, they got Irv Smith Jr. though.
You really high on him? Like he remind me of Everett from the Rams. Some games he's there and some games he's not.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying like that's kind of like they don't really need one. That's probably like in the luxury.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, let's go with the Lions. We already know what they need. Everything. They need everything. But if on a serious note, they need a receiver. They lost Marvin Jones and lost Kenny Galladay.
I want to say corner, but they drafted Jeff Okuda. He had a terrible year last year.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure did. They really kind of lost Desmond through front. But I feel like they really need a receiver, though. They need somebody Jared Goff can rely on.
So
that's what I think. All right, let's move on to NBA. Dustin, you on the call?
Yo, what's up?
Not much, man. So with you?
Not much, man.
How your training going?
My training?
Yeah. And I thought you were doing something with martial arts.
Oh yeah. Shoot, I just left.
Why you acting like you were so shocked when I said you're training?
Cause I didn't know you knew I was doing this.
Man, yeah, bro, I followed you, man. I know everything that's going on in your life, Dustin. I know everything.
Been the Fed, bro.
No, nothing get past me, Dustin. I know. When you was in Cuba with that girl, saw it all.
Dude, what the world?
I thought he was gonna say you were training for basketball to play him 1-on-1, but I don't think he needs any training.
He need lots.
I'm good there.
Where were you? I don't know where you was at, but I saw it on your Snapchat. Where were you there? I think it was like 1-2 years ago.
No, I've been doing it for a while.
What were you?
I mean, I posted on my Snapchat like a month ago while I was at the gym.
No, you was like in a hut or something like that. I don't know where you was at.
Oh, you talking about when I was in Indonesia? Yeah, that was when I was in Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia. I was like, this dude right here.
Yeah, you the feds, bro.
I knew he was somewhere like that, showing him like America.
That sure don't look like it.
That dude,
He said you in a hut, bro.
It's like I see elephants walking by and crowd.
You're crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, man, the elephants, man.
Yeah, drinking spring water.
Man, the elephants, man, they snouts, man. Them things feel weird, man. It's weird, man.
Cause the skin's like leather, ain't it?
Yeah, it's like leathery and hairy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I like this dude right here being Ginobili. What? Isn't that kid name from Jungle Book? Mobley or something like that?
Mobley?
Yeah, that's a dude being Mobley.
Man, that was a fun trip, man. I'm gonna retire over there.
Man, I bet you have too good of a time. All right, let's move on to NBA. LeBron James said he's sending out a month.
He's sitting out how long?
I mean,
a month.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Can you afford to sit out a month?
Of course. How old is he? 37, 38 years old, something like that?
36.
36, isn't he?
36.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're 36, you still got to play at the level that he plays at. I don't think this. I'd sit out a month too.
I don't think he can afford to, man. Lakers lost to the Pelicans last night and wasn't looking too promising. That's all I gotta say. When
Man,
Morris,
they still.
oh, say that again.
I said that's still number 4.
I know, but they could go on a 10-game losing streak or something like that, like the Rockets. They could be doing something crazy without their 2 stars. Now, look, listen. When Morris is leading your team in points, I'm sorry. That's not going to work.
Hey, Ben, where Kuz at, bro?
Who has 16? They both top. Granted, both of them has 16 points.
Nah. I need more than 16 from Kuz, bro. No Brian, no AD. I need 25.
Yeah. Kuz chance to average 30.
It is.
Well, if Morris just keep jacking up shots, then I don't know what to say. I don't know how he's going to get his points. Kuzma's going to get his points. But anyway, LeBron, I don't know what he thinks this is, but he can't take a little mini vacation. He need to wrap the ankle up. He need to get at least 80%. Wrap it up and get out there. Time to suck it up. It's grind time.
I thought it all depends on what their record is when he's out. If they're like, staying around 500, he's gonna sit out longer. But I could see if they go on a big losing streak, him coming back earlier. But I know he don't want to because he wants to be fully healthy for the playoffs.
Exactly. He don't have time to sit on his butt. He got to at least be 85%, 85%. And he, like I said, he just need to get it treated, get it doctored wherever you need to do. Y'all got high tech technology at the facility. Get ready, wrap it up, and go out there on the court. Because with you sending out money,
they really need to make a trade. I said they really need to make a trade though, because they are on a 3-game losing streak right now. But yeah, they need to make a trade because even if he come back, he's not gonna put in that many minutes with that ankle, because you gotta remember, man, LeBron's never had any major injury throughout his career, and I'm sure he doesn't want one going towards the end.
That's true. He's still trying to catch Jordan. So this is a pretty good time pretty good chance to get in the ring. It's just that they can't fall too far on the standings.
If if AD and LeBron aren't healthy for the playoffs or whatever, the West is wide open.
That is true. That is wide open because now you don't have the dominance of the Lakers standing your way. So a lot of teams gonna be really hyped when they see the Lakers. They like, oh, they not a threat anymore. That means we really can get a ring this year.
They got
You see some high level basketball.
KCP. They got KCP, Trez, and
Schroeder.
And Schroeder in trade talks. Yeah.
Wait, Schroeder's in trade talks too?
Mm-hmm. I think Schroeder's included if they're gonna trade for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, I heard that too. That they were trying to trade for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Which I like that pickup for when Brian was out. I think he could give them a lift while Brian and AD out, but once they get back, it's gonna be the same as having Dennis Schroeder.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't think so. I don't know though, because
Kyle
like
Lowry.
I think Kyle Lowry a little better than Schroeder.
Yeah, because like remember in the playoffs he was Kawhi's number 2 guy really, and he was really good in the finals that year. I think he'd be a good like person to have on your team, like to make a deep run.
Oh, for sure, but I feel like he's better than Dennis Schroeder, if you ask me. I feel like because we all know Brian gonna have the ball in his hands most of the time.
Well, that was the same way with Kawhi. He had the ball in his hands most of the time.
Yeah, but Kawhi wasn't playing point guard. Kawhi was really just scoring. Brian is like running the offense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So y'all not seeing that mission?
I ain't saying it's not gonna miss. It's just gonna be the same. And you lose KCP.
A defensive player.
Right, 3-and-D guy who came up big for them in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, you don't want to be lacking on defense, especially giving up one of your best defensive players. To actually kind of remain the same. Like you're not getting better, you're not getting worse, but we kind of like almost on the same level. Right. It's just gonna be interesting because I don't think LeBron can afford the money, man. He don't have the luxury.
Which it don't really matter what team they're in.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, worst case scenario, they drop down to the 8th seed. I mean, they can at least get the 8th seed. I mean, the only competition for the 8th seed is between the Mavericks, Spurs, and the Memphis. Mavericks, Spurs, Memphis, and Golden State. I think Mavericks and Spurs in the bottom 2 right now. And then I think Memphis number 9 and Golden State number 10. And they all like only separated by like 1 or 2 games.
The only thing I'm worried about that those teams you mentioned are not that far back. They're only like 5 games back.
True, but I mean the Spurs on a 3-game losing streak. They lost Aldridge. They're talking about getting rid of DeMar DeRozan. Unless they make a stellar trade for DeMar DeRozan, which I highly doubt, just because he's a good support. He's a solid support player, but he's not a franchise player.
Yeah.
So I doubt it. Like they could trade. I mean, they could probably maybe get a couple good role players, but I mean, if they trade DeMar, I mean, the Spurs don't even have an all-star on their team at that point. So, I mean, you wouldn't really have to worry about them. Maybe the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they won 3 games in a row.
Yeah, that'd probably be the main team you'd have to worry about. But
And
I think the worst case scenario is they're number 8.
Yeah, because the Warriors lost 2 games in a row. Yeah, like you said about the Spurs on the 3-game losing streak.
They're without Steph.
Mm-hmm. Now, if the Warriors had Steph right now, yeah.
Oh, I think they'd be
the Jazz are beating the Nets by 40.
Yeah, Harden, KD, and Kyrie aren't playing.
Jesus, they have 40 points halfway through the third, bro.
I guess that's why you need the big three.
Y'all, hey,
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Imagine being the Jazz, getting the 1 seed, and then playoff comes around, you got the Lakers first round, and they're healthy.
I still take the Lakers right there and there.
Exactly. That would suck.
What, for who?
For the Jazz. For the
No,
Jazz, that'd be a terrible first round.
No, I'd say if I was Jazz, I'll welcome that because LeBron been out for a long time. AD haven't seen a basketball in like 2 months.
So you'd rather have that than somebody like the Warriors or something?
I'd rather kick the Lakers while they trying to stand back up.
I would, man.
Yeah. I probably agree with Ben on that one. If I were the Jazz, I want the Lakers the first round. Like
I'm saying if they're healthy.
They still haven't played basketball.
I mean, even if they're healthy, yeah.
Nah,
it's still LeBron.
Y'all would definitely rather play like the Grizzlies or something than the
No. All right, let me tell you why I'm thinking like this. If the Jazz take care of the Lakers right then and there, then who gonna stop the Jazz?
Yeah, it's smooth sailing.
They can be beat.
They have a highly. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, especially if the Lakers make a trade while LeBron and AD are out, and like say Kyle Lowry, then they're gonna have to work on chemistry. Once the playoffs start. So you got new teammate, this pretty decent player. Then you got 2 players coming off injury. So they're going to be trying to get their rhythm back. Plus trying to create chemistry with whoever they pick up. So if I were the Jazz, I would want the Lakers in the first round while they're a little rusty. Not later on once they done got their rhythm back. Especially like once AD got his rhythm back, I wouldn't want that to happen.
Yeah, so basically you want to see him now or you want to see him later on? That's basically what's going to happen. If the Jazz
might not see him later on, though.
Huh?
They might not see him later on.
But I'm saying if the times come and the Jazz like just getting through each team, would you rather see the Lakers that right then or just you gonna meet them later on? It's bound to happen. So I really go ahead and take them out right now while they down, while they still trying to get up on their feet.
Even if they do take them out, they can be beat still. Like I feel like the Clippers could beat them. The Nuggets could beat them. The Clippers could beat them.
I feel like Clippers.
Yeah, they could, but they're not.
I think the Jazz are not proven in the playoffs yet.
I'm trying to tell you, Donovan Mitchell, bro. Y'all been talking about them.
The Jazz aren't proven in the playoffs, man.
They did. I mean, they lost a tough series. That was to me, that was my favorite series to watch last year. Them going up against the Nuggets. That was a hell of a series. That was some good basketball. That was one of my favorite series.
Him and Jamal Murray going back and forth.
Man, yeah, I like the Nuggets. Just slouch too. They are great. They a good defensive team too. So I like I said, if I'm from my experience, you take a team while they got injuries and while they coming back because y'all play basketball. You gotta run. You gotta get your legs back. You gotta get your breathing, all that down. It's gonna be out of breath the first 5 minutes from being back from injury.
Yeah,
Because the difference.
Especially when it comes like, you can go ahead.
Yeah, because, it's a different atmosphere when you hit that court. It's different from training, you know, in practice or outside. But when you hit the actual game, it feel like it almost sucks the breath out of you because the atmosphere is so thick. So you can feel the competitiveness. You can feel the juices flowing. You can feel that chakra.
Yeah, but that's still Braun over there, bro. Don't forget. I guess.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I mean, he is still Braun. Then another thing is, especially with an Achilles, AD may be kind of, playing, and he may not be going 100% just because, the mental side of it, him being scared of getting hurt. Kind of like when Derrick Rose came back from that second knee injury. You could tell he was kind of hesitant with it, when he was making moves.
That's true. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna play out. If the Lakers continue to lose, right now they lost 3 games in a row already. So they need to snap it quick. They need to get out the funk before it turns pretty ugly. All right, I have two comments that people made I want to get to. They're pretty funny, I must say. Sound like they're telling some jokes. But let's go with Magic Johnson first. He said it's about Lonzo Ball. There's no point guard in this league whose basketball IQ is higher than Lonzo Ball.
What the world?
Man, Magic like MJ, man. Sometimes with great players, they just don't have an eye, the best eye for talent, I think that Magic Johnson and MJ kind of in that same, category. Because, I mean, if I was Chris Paul, personally, I would feel extremely disrespected by that statement.
Yeah, for real.
So what are you trying to say? He's good at taking the test? Because I don't see it on court.
His IQ is up there, but he got.
I don't know why. Yeah, like you said, Lonzo good. Don't get me wrong. He got a solid basketball IQ. He's a really good passer, and a good defender. Like he knows the game, but you can't say the best IQ. Like when you got Chris Paul and LeBron James, Luka Doncic,
James Harden.
Yeah, James. Yeah.
Yeah, because Dustin knows this know this personally. He had a nickname IQ, but he also had a nickname Rockhead. So you can have good IQ off the court, but sometimes it don't always show up in your play.
He always doing you dirty, Justin.
Man, first of all, really, it wasn't.
Yep.
I didn't even get that nickname. It really wasn't even my fault. It was really John's fault.
Oh, here we go. Hey, like I said, your nickname was IQ, but some plays I was like, where did he throw that ball to? But that's how I feel. So it just proves that you can have like great IQ, but sometimes I don't know. Some players just play without thinking, and I feel like Lonzo do that sometimes. Like he might be, he showed potential, but it seemed like he played without thinking sometimes.
He got great IQ, but that's just like Dustin said. It's just disrespectful to the other players in the league.
Yeah, like people
Chris
better than him.
Definitely. Like Chris Paul, man, that dude. You don't hardly ever see Chris Paul make a bad turnover.
Yeah, wouldn't his basketball IQ translate to great play if it was so great?
He plays great though. And some of that stuff, like it take a real hoop head to see IQ happening on the floor.
He might be a bust.
I ain't gonna call him a bust.
I think he having a good season. I wouldn't call him a bust now.
Hey, where he was pitched at, that in NFL terms, that's a bust.
That's
I mean, his first.
He's still young.
I'd probably call him a bust, but this
still
year,
young.
man, he fixed his shot. He got a
How many years you
solid
been in the
release
league?
now.
3?
I think this is third or fourth. Man, I think it's his third.
His third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many years y'all gonna give him?
And he's improved drastically already though from his first year.
If he becomes a solid starting point guard, then I'm fine with it. Like,
He's 23 years old. He's still young.
But when you picked him, the second pick, you're not looking for a solid point guard.
What you think?
You're looking for a star point guard.
Not necessarily, bro.
Yes. If you get picked number 2 overall, I'm not picking for a good point guard. Are you thinking?
I can agree with that.
Yeah, when you go into the draft, you think, oh, with my first pick, I just want a good player.
I agree with what he's saying because, like, he's not a bust, but yeah, obviously when you're picking number 2, you do want somebody who probably averages like at least 20 a game, maybe, or is like really high in assists.
But that doesn't really happen too often in the league. Like, there have been a lot of number 2 picks that
and a lot of them
pan out.
Yeah, and a lot of number 2's a bust. They never panned out.
Like, if I get a solid starter, perennial all-star at number 2 pick, I'm fine with it. Which I think that's his skill.
I don't know, man. His brother sure is doing way better than him.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very, yeah, that's what I'm saying. His brother outshining him, and that's what I don't have a problem with. I don't know, man.
Okay, in comparison to Markelle Fultz, who went before him, I'd say he was doing
great point.
Yeah,
Tatum went number 3 there.
Yeah, but Marcus, but it pains me that you say that about him, folks, because of everything he went through. So it just, when you pick a number 1, number 2 player, you expect him to, something magical. Like that, it's very disappointing if you pick, like you said, Mitchell Trubisky from the Bears, and he's probably going to be your franchise, but he's not. So that sets you back. So when you pick Lonzo or other guys in the top 1, 2, 3, you expect them to be your franchise.
I feel that he can be your franchise starting point, because I feel like it's hard to find somebody that you can put in your squad and just keep them there for a while, like as a starter. Like, you don't really have that anymore.
Man, LeBron should think differently of him.
Yeah, we need AD over there. We trying to win rings, bro. You know how that goes.
LeBron the GM, he sure did see something that he didn't like, and he's like, yep.
Yeah.
Like, he could have took him underneath his wing.
We got to get these rings out here, bro.
He could have took him underneath his wing.
And I'm sure he could, but we trying to win rings, bro.
He don't got
we
time
playing
for
rings.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get y'all trying to win rings, but I think Lonzo wasn't stopping you from winning those rings. You know what I'm saying?
Lonzo was the only way you was getting AD, so it's
cool.
LeBron was ready to let go of everybody. When he wanted AD, the whole roster was on the trade block.
Yeah, I remember Kuzma was like kind of felt disrespected.
Well, they said that the Lakers could have either traded Ingram or Kuzma, and they traded Ingram instead of Kuzma.
Which one? Yeah, I would have traded Ingram too. At that point, I would have kept him.
What do you mean?
At that point in time, Ingram wasn't doing none of that. So what he doing?
I think they expected when Ingram got drafted, they were expecting him to be like the next KD almost.
Yeah.
he just ain't lived up to that. I mean, I don't even think he's been an all-star.
Yeah, he's been all-star.
When he got to the Pelicans.
He hasn't.
Yeah, with the Pelicans last year.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't that. So how could the Lakers be at fault if he wasn't doing that with them already?
I guess he really didn't fit with LeBron.
He really wasn't playing all that
like,
well.
Kuz was the one that was hooping at the time. So that's
Randall wasn't hooping. You see Randall with the New York Knicks, he wasn't hooping with LA like that. Larry Nance definitely wasn't hooping back then. D'Lo was hooping, but they wanted Lonzo. They wanted a more true point guard. And then
D'Lo brought that on himself.
Plus with the snitching.
Y'all know why D'Lo had.
Yeah,
y'all know why D'Lo had to get up.
Yeah, that's another reason. That's a good point.
And D'Lo's such a liability on defense.
Even though it was Nick Young, bro, you still don't do that to your teammate.
Nah, because they all doing that. So,
yeah, exactly.
He was I'm sure nobody on that team trusted him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He broke that chemistry. No, that's another reason why D'Lo had to go. But I lost my train of thought. With all them guys, the Lakers didn't know that, like I said, Ingram gonna turn out like he did with the Pelicans. Sometimes new scenery brings out something in you. It happens like that. And for the Lakers, I feel like if they really value, LeBron was ready to trade away anybody, but I feel like if LeBron really valued Lonzo, he would have killed Lonzo. They killed Kuzma. I feel like that if Lonzo really had the it factor, then LeBron would have killed him. Same with Wiggins, right?
Wiggins don't have him. He want to play.
LeBron got rid of Wiggins.
Huge disappointment.
LeBron just wants a proven player. He wants a proven player over a young star. At the end of the day.
I'll tell you, Brian should have been trying to get Zach LaVine too. That's what he should have been trying to get along with AD.
That's true.
Zach LaVine, man, he balling over there in Chicago.
Yeah, he blossomed.
I know Minnesota wish they would have kept him.
Oh, for sure, man.
He went from a dunk contest guy to a big time all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kid that put in some work to get where he wanted to go. And Lonzo, he put in some work too, trying to fish the shot, but I don't know, man. Some people just don't have a dog in them. Now, speaking of a dog,
just need to sign me.
so you can bring him some water. He'll trade you too, Tyler. Then he won't be your favorite player anymore.
Sign me to a 10-day.
So speaking of,
I'll carry y'all.
All right, we're gonna get to some more NBA stuff. Draymond came out and said, "I think I'm the best defender to ever play in the NBA. I stand by that. I put myself up against anyone."
How y'all feel about him saying he's the best defender ever?
No.
I mean, it's definitely not true, but I'm glad he. I hope his play going forward reflects his statement. So I hope by saying that he tries to prove that he is in fact the greatest defensive player ever, even though it's at least 20, 30 guys better than him.
Yeah.
You saying 20 or 30 better than him?
Yeah.
I think so. If you're talking about throughout the whole thing of the whole since the NBA has been the NBA, it's been some great defenders. I mean, you got Gary Payton, Bill Russell,
Rodman,
Bruce Bowen, Kobe, MJ,
Olajuwon.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if I go 20. I may say He might be somewhere in the 15 to 20 range though. I ain't gonna say 20 above him.
I don't even think he's the best defender on his team when they were healthy. I think Clay was.
Oh yeah, Clay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think
it depends.
Clay,
It depends on how you
I'd
look
agree.
at
I
it.
think Clay was their best on-ball defender. Now, I think Dre was, as far as like rebounding goes, I mean, he's definitely a better rebounder than Clay. But you talk about on-ball defender, Warriors, I think that definitely goes to Clay.
He's more of a team defender, so, and he guarding 1 through 5.
He probably think he better than Rodman.
Nah, he gotta relax with that.
He's a wannabe. He's a wannabe Rodman.
I can see him saying that. Yeah, I'm better than Rodman.
Hey, when Draymond go and wrestle and then come back and play the NBA Finals and get 20 rebounds, then he can talk to him.
Yeah.
Not call KD crying in the parking lot.
You can't be crying in the parking lot. Nah.
KD, we need you, man.
Man,
Hey,
that man brought up 40 over me.
If I had KD when Draymond talking all that smooth mess to me, I would say, you the one who called me. You want to call me crying?
How many?
So you must need me.
Y'all know Rodman averaged 13 rebounds for his whole career.
That's crazy. Dustin, you broke up.
He was
What you
6'7".
I'm serious.
Oh, you were saying something, but you cut out.
No, I was just checking. How many Defensive Player of the Year awards that Draymond has won.
One.
Yes,
maybe
just one,
two.
isn't it?
I think one.
One?
Just one.
Yeah. But
Didn't Ben Wallace win like 3 in a row or something like that? You got Ben Wallace, Alonzo Mourning.
I'm not giving. I wouldn't say Alonzo.
What about Bruce Bowen?
I say. Yeah, he said Bruce Bowen.
Oh, he said Bruce Bowen. Well, did y'all say the guy from Memphis, that guarded Kobe, Tony Allen?
What about Mutombo?
Oh yeah, you got Mutombo.
Was he a good defender or a good shot blocker?
Well, I consider a good defender who just stops if players are. He can be a rim protector. I consider that a good defender too. And
Would you rather have Draymond Green or Metta World Peace?
Metta World Peace. When you
give me Metta.
When he was running our test, oh my word!
Yeah, give me Metta World Peace.
Yeah, me
Give me
too.
Metta World Peace.
Then you got David
he
Robinson.
Fighting, man. Even Ron Harper.
All right, now you got to chill, Ben.
What? You must have. Oh,
no.
Come on.
What about Kevin Garnett?
I give you KG. What's the word?
Yeah, KG.
Oh yeah, KG.
Hey, Dustin, your audio is messing up. You breaking up.
What about Kawhi?
I'm taking Kawhi over him.
Nah,
I'm taking KG over him.
Hang up and try again. And call back. Okay. Why y'all want to say Ron Harper? Y'all must remember the kind of defender he was.
Yeah, ain't nobody taking no Ron Harper over Draymond.
About Scottie Pippen?
Give me Scotty. Give me Tim
y'all
Duncan.
picking like 20 other people over him, and y'all still want to consider Ron Harper.
Ron Harper isn't a top 30 defender.
How do you know where he at?
He's not a top 30 defender. He's definitely not over Draymond. Ron Harper ain't got no defensive player of the year.
He don't need that to be a good defender. Do Tony Allen have a defensive player of the year?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know. I have to check.
Yeah, I don't think Tony Allen was a great defender.
He don't.
That don't mean nothing. Defensive player don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it don't mean
Ron
nothing.
Harper.
Rudy
Ron Harper is
Gobert.
not a better defender than Draymond.
I didn't say
Rudy
he was.
Gobert's
I'm saying,
soft.
you know what I'm saying? Ron Harper was a pretty dang on good defender.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert went back-to-back, and he's soft.
Darman.
Yep.
What about let's see, can I think of another one? You said y'all already said Ben Wallace, huh?
Yeah, I'm taking Ben Wallace over him.
Tayshaun Prince.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Forgot about Tayshaun. He got Kobe fits too.
Would you like?
Tayshaun gave some people some problems. Tayshaun was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Duncan?
Yeah, I think Tim Duncan. David Robinson.
Yep.
That's a lot of guys that would not
Give me
be.
Bron too. Give me Bron over Bron Harper all day. On defense.
Over who?
Yeah,
Miami Bron?
I say Miami Heat.
Bron over Draymond too.
You said Bron over Ron Harper?
Yes, on defense.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bron over Draymond too, for sure.
Yeah. Miami Brown was crazy on defense. He definitely should have a defensive player of the year.
Well, he don't.
What about Battier?
Yeah, Shane Battier was a good defender.
Better than Draymond?
I don't know if I can give it
Yeah, but he's not better than Draymond. But he was a good defender.
Oh my God. When I say Kobe used to cook that man.
For real. Kobe used to get excited, man, when he played Shane Battier. And he was like, I know I'm getting 50 tonight. And he loved me.
In the bad. That man be playing such great defense.
What about Zach Rudolph?
Zach Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Randolph?
Yeah, Randolph.
Nah.
I don't really not defense.
Hey, bro.
Oh yeah, who else? Kobe used to cook Rajah Bell too.
Yeah, Roger Bell.
God, he did used to coach him.
Yeah, they say he was a great defender, but he was a good defender, but I didn't really see all that.
But Shaq.
Yeah, when he wanted to play.
Honestly, but I ain't giving Shaq as a great. I don't know.
Who was you remember that dude that was calling himself the Kobe Stopper? And like the early,
Ruben Patterson?
I don't remember his name. Yeah.
Who?
Ruben Patterson.
I don't remember him.
And like,
exactly.
Man, he called himself the Kobe Stopper for like them 2-3 years. Like Portland was, slightly relevant in the playoffs.
Yo, I'm taking Iguodala over Draymond defensively.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
I am.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about Paul George?
Nah.
Yeah, Paul George he a game winner magnet.
He said, Paul George? Okay, I got this.
Yeah,
they calling game when they see Paul George walk up.
Did y'all put Gary Payton?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Most people think Hakeem Olajuwon's the best defender ever. That's what a lot of people think.
I'll take that.
Talking about at his position or just defense?
Just defense in general.
Like ever.
I'm looking at this top 50 list, like just off of like a random page, and it has Draymond at number 19.
That's what I take. That I'll take 19.
I don't know, man.
I bet Ron Harper ran ahead of him.
Man, I didn't say Ron Harper was better. I didn't say Ron Harper was better than him. I said Ron Harper was a great defender.
Harper.
Man, you hate on it. Anybody old school, bro.
This list I'm looking at right now, I'll tell y'all, they got Ron Artest at 20. They got Draymond at 19. They got Dwight Howard at 18. Bruce Bowen at 17. Alonzo Mourning at 16. Kobe at 15. Tim Duncan at 14. Wilt at 13. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 12, Ben Wallace at 11, Kawhi at 10, Michael Jordan at 9, Gary Payton at 8, Kevin Garnett at 7, Mutombo at 6, David Robinson at 5, Pippen at 4, Rodman at 3, Bill Russell at 2, and Elijah Wan at 1.
I like that list.
I really
you
like
can't hate on that. Well, guys, it's about that time. Anything else y'all want to talk about, bring up?
Hey, Lakers, if y'all want to sign me, bro, I'm good for a 10-day, bro. Let me know.
He good at bringing water to you. He gets your water to you on time.
I can take off work.
You don't got to work here anymore. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's go over this real quick because we got to do Poll Friday. Y'all let me forget last time. So Wednesday, remind me to ask the poll question. Here it is. Do Curry have top 5 handles of all time?
All right.
No.
Come on.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, so that's 2. Dustin? What'd you say?
Man, I gotta think about who I would put. Me and Curry got a nice handle. I can't.
Well, all time?
It's the thing about it is it's like Curry handle. It's like a handle you can tell like he worked on. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a Kyrie handle.
Yeah. Yeah, we already know.
I'd say not because it's a lot of guys who may not have been. Like I think Nick Van Exel had a better handle than Steph.
And Jason Williams.
Oh, that dude was nasty.
And Crawford, Jamal Crawford.
Now that's who underrated in his handle.
Yeah.
Like people, like when they talk about the best handle, to me it's him and Kyrie all day. Like Kyrie and Jamal Crawford.
His name on Twitter is J Crossover.
Yeah, exactly. When you have a Twitter handle like that, you already know. Sorry, Tyler.
So, all right, what about right now? Whose handles like in the NBA right now would y'all take over Curry? Besides like Kyrie, obviously.
Nobody.
Kyrie.
Not Chris Paul?
Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
I'm not taking Chris Paul handles over Kyrie. Over.
I can't take Chris Paul over Curry. Not after Curry did him like he disrespected him that year. He crossed him up twice, and Chris Paul, he got his revenge one time.
Yeah, no, man, they probably like even, but I'm giving to Chris Paul. I got Chris Paul and Kyrie. John Morant.
PG got a nice handle for his size. I ain't taking him over Curry though.
But I got Ja.
Nah, I ain't giving you Ja.
Ja, I don't think Ja got a better handle. I just think he just.
What about Kimba?
Yeah, Kemba Walker. That's a good one.
Yeah, Kemba got a nasty handle.
So I guess Curry do get 5 right now, but all the time he's not. He's not in the top 5.
He is, bro.
I'm looking.
You could throw James Harden in there.
Yeah. See.
What about Prime D Rose though?
He didn't really have handles to me. He was just fast. Like he was just explosive.
Yeah, I think for players like John Morant, Rose, especially
Westbrook.
He was just so. Yeah, Westbrook. I think they just so fast. They don't really need a handle. Like
what you think about?
Rose,
Oh, keep going. My bad.
I was just gonna say Derrick Rose. You know, man, he hit one crossover.
He's gone. Man. So, what do you think about Steve Nash handles?
Steve Nash had a nasty handle.
I kind of see him being. I kind of see him and Curry about the same. They don't play like the same way, in my opinion.
I'm looking at this list right now, and most people do have Curry in the top 5. They got Pete Maravich at 10, Isaiah Thomas at 9, Steve Nash at 8, Chris Paul at 7, Tim Hardaway at 6, Steph Curry at 5, Jason Williams at 4, Jamal Crawford at 3, Allen Iverson at 2, and then Kyrie at 1.
I like that list.
Hey Tyler, did I hear Tim Hardaway?
Yeah, he was like.
What you were saying about Tim Hardaway crossover?
I said he didn't have a better handle than Steph.
Nah, you said he had no handles.
I did not say that.
Oh, man.
I did not say that.
He's trash.
I mean, I probably switch some players, but I don't think Curry got a better handle than Jamal Crawford. I definitely I can definitely name number 1 and 2. Number 1 is Kyrie, and number 2 is definitely Jamal Crawford.
So what qualifications
What
qualifications do they have to have? Do they just need to play in the NBA?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
He's trying to name hot sauce.
You gotta remember
Harlem Globetrotters.
He's
trying to put the professor in the conversation.
No. Hey, no.
I mean, somebody.
Was he not? Right for Austin.
He was. He played in the league.
But somebody who doesn't. I mean, within the basketball community, a lot of guys like you talk to people within the basketball community. Like you got to throw Sham God in there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And you know who else had a nice handle? Steve Francis.
Yeah. Steve franchise.
Yeah.
Steve Curry, man, you got some tough competition.
Nah, Curry.
Skip to my Lou, baby. Skip to my, hey. Waving that flag. Man, Skip to my Lou, man. If your name is Skip to my Lou, come on now.
Hey, that is a cold nickname.
Man, he got that nickname off M1 mixtape.
Which you was cold in. So, hey. The professor really was. I think the professor had better handles than Skip, but he was up there in hot sauce. But
hot sauce putting that thing on his shirt.
But I don't know, professor, bro. Did he beat hot sauce 1-on-1 or something like that? I don't know. Something went down. They trying to see who had the best handles out of the N1 legends, and I think Professor won.
Nah, I think hot sauce got a better handle. Cause I've seen some Professor videos when he actually playing against like real guys that can actually play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he usually don't. When he playing against like actual, like Division I college type guy, it usually don't go that way. He may get like 1 or 2 moves.
Yeah.
Just by surprise, but he not. After that, I mean, they just gonna shut him down. Like he ain't
gonna do him too bad, huh?
Nah.
Mm. All right, well, guys, that's the end of the show. I can check us out on most social medias. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Just type in VOS Sportscast, give a follow, share it with your friends, family, co-workers. Hey, we're here to have a good time. So comment on our posts, or on our videos, or anything like that, and we'll make sure we get back to y'all. We like to interact with our listeners. So thank y'all from our heart for showing the support. And we out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, Tyler Wright.